All right, let's get cracking. Woohoo! I know I'm excited to be back. Are you excited to be back here with me? Had the dean for a few days, a whole week. It felt like forever. Well, welcome back. We'll be waiting on a few people to show up so that we can join them in Bible study. There goes Thor. Um, hey, buddy, you want a treat? Do you want it? No, nothing. Nothing. You're just done, aren't you? Okay. Okay. I feel you, buddy. I feel you. Hey, Gene, the Lord be with you. Who else do we have? Hey, good afternoon, Steve. Linda Kemmel, the Lord be with you. Most excellent to see you. We got a bunch of folks from my congregation. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Terry Lynn. I feel like I've been gone. I feel like you, Suzanne, good to see you. Love lift us up where we belong, where the eagles fly on the mountain high. We get to be together again. I'm excited. I hope you are too. All right, this is Genesis. Should be at the end of 30. So I I feel like you're slumming again because the dean did such a great job. Um, so you're like, oh, we got the original guy. Um, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. It's my goal that well, we'll talk about my goals sometime. Yes, the VC was going on, and I hope that you had a spectacular time at the virtual conference. You could still go to higherthings.org and register for it, get it, and participate in it. higherthings.org/conferences. So we are in Genesis chapter 30, and I got to tell you, um, how can you not love Jacob? If you, Jacob is perhaps one of my favorite fathers in the faith. He is sort of tricky. He is he's he's a character. He really is, and I hope that you've grown to appreciate uh, you've grown to appreciate Jacob in the last few weeks as we've been going through this gospel, this book of Genesis. So what I want you to do is let's get cracking on this. And there we go. Um, all right. Now, Jacob's 14 years of service is over. He's got his girl, Rachel. He's got his other girl, Leah. The promise is going to come through Leah. He hasn't quite grasped that yet. Rachel is still his favorite. Hi, Felicity. The Lord be with you. Got to actually meet Felicity on a panel discussion during the virtual conference. So Joseph's just been born to Rachel, and Joseph is huge. As much as I love and understand Jacob, because I'm kind of a trickster too. I have problems understanding Joseph, but we'll get to Joseph later on. As soon as Rachel had born Joseph, Jacob said to Laban, "Oh no, gonna have to make this pop last this time." Jacob, no, maybe not. No. In case of emergencies, my emergency pop is in the drawer. All right, so Jacob said to Laban, "Send me away that I might go to my own country and home. Give me Natan, that's give me my wives and my children, for whom I served you." Yeah, pop. Yankee term for soft drink, Donald. Yes, that is the new HT tumbler, but I will get to that in just a second, Sandra. Thank you very much. You're right on, and you're ahead of the game. I will get to that in about 10 minutes. Hey, buddy, you want any treats? You in there? Nope. Give me my wives and my children for whom I serve. So I served you for 14 years. Give me what you said I would, that I may go, for you know the service that I have given to you. So you know the service that I've done for you. You know what I've done. You know how you've prospered. So let me go. Let me leave. Okay? The part of me that desires balance is now corrected. All right. So, oh, yes. You want to hear about the new HT tumbler and the new HT merch, but you got to wait until midway through the Bible study. Laban said to him, I love this. If I have found favor before your face, in your sight, if I have found favor in your sight, I have learned from, this actually is kind of, it's a reminder that, it's a reminder that, I'm going to turn my ringer off. It's a reminder that, Laban is a, believes in all sorts of gods. If you didn't catch that, you're going to catch that shortly. So he's, looking at the tea leaves and learning that God's blessed him because of Jacob. So Yahweh's blessed Laban because of Jacob. Okay? Because of you. And I looked at I looked at the omens, and I saw that because of your manners, because of your prayers, on account of you, God has blessed me. So name your wages, and I will pay it. I will not on it. I will give. So 14 years of service isn't enough. Laban has been so blessed by God that he wants more. And so his plan is to convince Jacob to stay a little longer. Stay a while. Stay a little longer. Julie, it's good to be back. It's great to be back, Julie. Thanks for checking on me. I'm going to like that. Okay. Jacob now, so the negotiations are about to begin for Jacob's continued service. So Jacob said to him, Yada, how I've served you, and how your livestock has sort of flourished with me. So you know how I've served you, and how your livestock has sort of fared because of me. Hi, Colonel. The Lord be with you. 28. $29, 30, verse 30. For when I came, you had little. Before me, you had a little. And it has increased mightily. I love the way this is sort of put. So it's really grown. It's burst out. I like that verb. It's burst out. So is bear the good market? A bear market is a good market. A bull market a bull market's a good market. So it's a bull market. It's bullish. Somebody Google that and make sure I'm right. It's a bullish market with me around for goats and livestock. It's booming. Business is booming under Jacob's leadership. So the Lord has blessed you. This is literally the Lord has blessed you at my feet. The Lord has blessed you at his feet. So like, send me away so I can go back home. No. I want you to work. The tea leaves say that business is booming thanks to you, and we want more. Name your wages, I'll give it. Well, says Jacob, that things are booming because of me, and how your livestock's fair for me. How when I came a little bit, you had a little bit. Yeah, thanks, Bobby Joe. Thank you. So it's a bull market. I'm going to like that comment too. See, this Bible study is a team. It's a team. We're working together. Everybody let's work together on this. Not all of us have the Hebrew scholarship as the dean, and so we have to sort of muddle through it together. Anyway, Jacob said to him, "You know yourself, I've served you, and how your livestock's fared on me. For I had little before you came, but now it's increased abundantly. And the Lord has blessed you at your feet." Like there are more critters running around. There's more critters running around since I did this to you. But now should I make for my own household? So like, look, you're getting rich because of me, and it's time for me to work for myself. Laban responds with the same question again. What shall I give you? And Jacob says, you shall not give me anything. If I do this, if you do this for me, if you do these words for me, there's hadavar. If you do these words for me, I will tend to your flock, and I will keep it. I will tend to your goats, and I will guard them. I will shamar them. That's the Hebrew word for guard, and there's falak. So if you do this thing, you do these words, if you take this deal, boy, do I have a deal for you. If you take this deal, I will watch those things for you. Those animals for you. Allow me to pass through all your flock today, hayom, removing from it every speckled or spotted, molted. Yes, this is a bad bargain. Well played, Jacoby. Now, a couple of times, the dean, and I'm in no way disagreeing with him because he's describes this as when Jacob stole from the treats just keep hitting me. He's not doing anything. When Jacob stole from Laban, but I choose to think of this as they're both trying to one up the other, and the Lord is with Jacob. And Jacob's going to win. And secondly, this fits Jacob's character. He's sort of tricky. He tricks he tricks Esau out of his firstborn status. He tricks a blessing out of Isaac. He is he did get the treat. Did he like pop his head out because he's eating the treats that are in there? Anyway, so this is sort of par for the course for Jacob. And I just love Jacob. I can't get enough of Jacob. Jacob's a sort of trickster. And for all of us that may have a little bit of a funny side to us, Jacob is hilarious. I've spent my life sort of on the lighter side, swimming in the shallow end of the academic pool. I'm just kidding. But sort of on the whoops, you missed, buddy. That was right off your face. And being a trickster is sort of fun. And the fact that God blesses Jacob, the trickster, the jokester, is a gift. So if you think that God is sort of has his hands folded a certain way, and this is the way he does A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and if you don't do A, B, C, D, E, F, G the way I want you to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you're missing God. You're missing him because God blesses Jacob here. Jacob doesn't have scientific means of pulling off the stunt that he's about to pull off. He's blessed by God. And so I just can't get enough. So when your guy is a trickster, you can't get enough of it. When the other guy's a trickster, he's an awful person and you want him done. This is like with quarterbacks. I've waited my whole life for a quarterback like LSU had last year. The arrogant superstar, best quarterback in the nation that when you play him, you're like, I hate that guy. But if he's on your team, you're like, I love that guy. And that's the way you should view Jacob. So Jacob's deal. I got a deal for you. I got a deal for you. So stick around for this deal. Let me pass through your flock today, removing from it every speckled and spotted, molted sheep and every black lamb, and the spotted amongst the goats, and they shall be my wages. So I'm going to take the sheep and the goats that don't normally appear. You see that Laban and Jacob know that these are not the common sheep. The common sheep in the ancient world are not the speckled, spotted, molted, black sheep. Hey, buddy. Come up and visit us for a bit. People have missed you. Those that were in the virtual conference got to see you a lot. Say hello to Thor. He's doing great. Get your finger off the space bar there, buddy. So my honest answer for me, my honest answer will answer for me later when you come back into my wages for you. And this is hard grammar. If everyone that is not speckled or spotted amongst the goats and black amongst the lambs is found with me, shall be counted stolen. So what he says basically is, I'm going to take all the spotted and the speckled sheep and the goats, and all of them, I'm going to take them. and any other spotted or speckled sheep will be mine, and any black lambs will be mine, and all the most common sheep will be yours. And if you find non-speckled or spotted or black goats in my midst, in my flocks, then you'll count those as stolen. I will have stolen from you. So it's a reverse way of saying, what a cute boy you are. So this is my honest answer. Now you gotta have to sort of pause there for a second. That whenever someone says to me, I'm gonna tell you the truth. To tell you the truth, I'm like, well, do you normally lie? Let me be frank with you. Are you normally Jim? So what he says is like, hear my righteousness in the today day. And so hear my righteousness today and tomorrow. So like, hear my righteousness today. So if tomorrow you come by and there are any non-spotted, non-black, non-speckled or molted sheep in the midst of my flocks, they'll be stolen. Okay, they should be counted stolen. And Laban says, you know what? Deal. It's a deal. Let it be just like you said. Deal. Now, so the spotted and the speckled sheep belong to, and the black goats, black lambs, excuse me, belong to Jacob. But Laban that day removed the male goats that were striped or spotted and all the female goats that are speckled and spotted. Now, if you remove the spotted and speckled sheep and goats, and there are no spotted or speckled sheep and goats to look at each other and go, I've always wanted to do this. This magic moment. If you remove all of the spotted sheep and the striped sheep and the female speckled and spotted sheep and goats, then when the sheep do the sheepy things, they're bad together. There's no chance that they're going to be any sheep or goats for Jacob. So if you think that Jacob is trying to trick Laban, Laban's trying to trick him first. And Laban gives them to his son and sends them off. And he sends them 3 days journey between himself and Jacob. So he separates the flocks in such a way that Jacob only has the flock that are going to produce more of the same for Laban. Laban has done it again. Remember, Laban, he was supposed to work 7 years for Rachel, and he didn't get Rachel. Instead, he got Leah. And, hey, Philip, the Lord be with you. Good to see you. He then worked another 7 years to get Rachel. So then he has Rachel and Leah. And now he's about to leave, and Laban's like, hold up, stay a little longer. The tea leaves say that you've blessed me. And Jacob's like, well, yeah, I've blessed you. You bet your sweet Bippy, and I don't even know what a Bippy is, that I've blessed you. Yes, Jacob is the goat, the greatest of all time. No, we're working on the story, Brenda. Stay with me a little while. We'll get around the world to it. Let the reader understand. So so Jacob took. So what does Jacob do? So 3 days separate the flocks so that there's no sheepy panky. If it's hanky panky when it's sheepy panky. There's no purpling amongst the sheep. Then Jacob took sticks of poplar and almond and plane trees. So what he does, and peels the white streaks in them, exposing the white of the sticks. And he set the sticks that he had peeled in front of the flocks in the troughs, that is, in the watering places where the flocks would drink. And since they bred when they drank, the flocks bred right in front of the sticks, so the flocks brought forth striped, speckled, and spotted animals. So in the ancient world, this is a little awkward, but in the ancient world, the thought process was in the ancient world, the thought process was, yes, sheepy panky. When the thought process was that whatever a sheep sees before hubba hubba time would be reflected in their offspring. And so solid wall, when the sheep looks at the other sheep and goes, hey, what you doing? How you doing? From Friends, the sheep looking at the spotted stuff around the trough would have spotted animals. And if they saw solid, they would see solid animals. Now, this don't work. So the only way that this works is because of Christ. This probably worked because the sheep weren't 100%. These were recessive genes, the spotted and the speckled. But we're not going to get into the mating rituals of the Asian and Middle Eastern sheep and goats, friends. But the plan here is Jacob doesn't lose his stuffing over the speckled sheep. Y'all hear that? He's at work. There it is. That's enough, buddy. That's enough. Come on. Come back. That's enough. It's not assessed. Come on. Get in that bed. In the bed. Or with me. Oops. Bumped your little head. You can even tell by his countenance he's mad. It's like people outside. So the whole plan revolves on the sheep seeing, sheep spotted porn, and that's going to create spotted sheep from solid sheep. Are you with me? And if you are like, well, this isn't going to work, don't fret. It's not supposed to work. Yes, Thor is confessing his displeasure, Donald, over pending voters' meetings. Oops, that was bad. He missed that completely. Yes, Thor and Cindy are now friends. I have to fix that later. So the flocks in 39 bred in front of the sticks, and so the flocks brought forth striped, speckled, and spotted, which, by the way, are Joseph's animals now. So even though Laban tries to throw a spot into the spotted deal, or a solid into the spotted deal, Jacob's going to be blessed anyway. No. Enough of that. Come. He's in a bad mood today. So Jacob separated the lambs and set faces of the flocks toward the striped and all the black in the flock of Laban. And he put his own droves apart and did not put them with Laban's flock. And whenever the stronger of the flock were breeding, Jacob would lay the sticks in front of the troughs before the eyes of the flock, and that they might breed amongst the sticks. So there seems to be a little bit in Jacob's plan for him to take the stronger ones. So he's breeding the stronger ones as spotted and speckled and black, and he's breeding the weaker ones as solid. So his flock continues to get stronger while Laban's flock continues to get weaker. Oh, but how could Jacob, a patriarch, participate in such bad activities? Well, I think Laban's brought this on himself. I think God is blessing Jacob in all that he does, because out of Jacob comes the Savior of the world. And God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But for the feebler of the flock, he would not lay them there. So the feebler would be Laban's, and the stronger would be Jacob's. Oh, you cannot be asking for food, dude. You already ate. Thus, the man increased greatly and had large flocks, female servants, male servants, camels, and donkeys. And Erica, the Hebrew word for camel is gamel. Because, camel is a cameloid, along with a llama being a cameloid. And there you go. 31. Shockingly enough, this might shock you, but this might shock you, but Laban isn't really pleased about this. Now Jacob heard that the sons of Laban were saying, Jacob has taken all that are our father's, and from what was our father's he has gained all his wealth. We can get you some water later, buddy. You're just going to have to deal with it. You're not the boss of me. Before we start chapter 31 in our entirety, I'd like to point you to some HT merch. This is a new tumbler. Now, you can't get this particular tumbler, but you can get coffee cups, shirts, and the like with the new HT logo. They are sponsoring this Bible study, and so you want to support them by buying their merch or giving to support.higherthings.org today. So give, support. This Bible study, 45 minutes a day, comes to you because of the hard work from Higher Things. Delish. Now Jacob heard that the sons of Laban were saying, Jacob has taken all of the stuff that's our father's. From what was our father's, he's gained his wealth. And Jacob saw that Laban did not regard him as he had before. The face of Laban wasn't the same as it was yesterday or 3 days ago. That is what's going on with, that's what the Hebrew says. So Laban's countenance around Jacob is not the same as it was yesterday or 3 days before. It's literally what that means, what that says. The Lord said to Jacob, Shuv, return to the land of your fathers, and to your kinfolks, and I will be with you. This is so Yahweh. We have to take a moment here and pause. I want you to get this. I want you to get this. This is important. Very, very, very important. That God is with Jacob is what this is all about. It's one thing for God to be out there. It's another thing when God is for you. It's one thing when God is all powerful. It's another thing when God is all powerful for you. That he is there with him means he is there blessing him. He is there on his side. He is pro Jacob. Not so much pro Laban. He's pro Laban because he's pro Jacob. Because he's pro Isaac. Because he's pro Abraham. So this is huge. I will be with you. Later on, when Moses is standing before a bush that is consumed but not eaten up, a burning bush, God will promise to be with Moses. This is the theology of the Old Testament, which is carried over into the New Testament. I will be with you always to the very end of the age. You are not orphans. The idea and the theme that God is with you is huge. And I don't want you to miss it in the midst of all of this sheepy stuff. There's this gem in the midst of all of it that God is so pro Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that he says, look, it's time for you to go home. And don't fret what's about to happen because I'm with you. I got you back. I'm on it. I love it. So Jacob sent for and he called Rachel and Leah into the field where his flock was. Now, what happens next is Jacob relaying the story, what's going on, and a lot of times folks seem to think that Jacob is sort of, he gets religious in order to get his wife on his team. I don't think so. I think this has actually happened. I think Jacob is relaying what actually happened. But if you're one that believes that he sort of adds a lot, embellishes his story, makes himself seem innocent over to his wives, how is that different than any of us do? We make the significant of the other. When we tell the story to our significant others, we tell them in a way, we tell all stories, even to strangers, in a way that makes us seem right. And he said to them, verse 5, I see, I see that the face of your father doesn't have the same regard for me as it did yesterday or 3 days ago. But the God of my father has been with me. So look, Laban isn't very happy with me, but don't worry because God's okay with me. Verse 7, and yet your father has cheated me and changed my wages 10 times. I take this as a round number, which is rounded because of it's so many times that he just like picks a number 10. Was it actually 10 or was it 20? Was it 15? Was it 5? This is a round number, which just sort of denotes that Laban hasn't dealt honestly with me. He hasn't. He's changed my wages. He stole the spotted, speckled sheep. It's not cool. And his face has changed toward me, but don't fret. God's with me. So you know that I've served your father with all my gusto. Yet your father has cheated me 10 times. But God did not permit him to harm me. See, God is with Jacob. So nothing, and you should take this comfort too. That God is with you, that nothing's going to happen to you apart from the suffering and death of Jesus. That God's got your back. God's got your back. God's for you. God's with you. God's tending to you. And I don't believe that these are mutual exclusive things. That God was with him and Jacob was Wile E. Coyote in all of this. Super genius. You get it? I think those two can go together because all of the Wile E. Coyote-ness of Jacob does no good without God blessing him. And if you believe that God has, that Jacob is stealing from Laban up to this point, then God is involved in it because God blesses this caper. He helps it happen. If he said, the spotted shall be your wages, then all the flocks bore spotted. If he said, the striped shall be your wages, then all the flocks bore striped. Thus God has taken away the livestock from your father and given them to me. Natan them to me. So Jacob confesses that God has done this. God has blessed him. God has looked out for him. God's on his team. God is Team Jacob. Anyway, in the breathing season, I lifted up my eyes and saw in a dream that goats that mated with the flock were striped, spotted, and malted. And the angel of God, the Milach Yahweh, the Milach Ha Elohim, the angel of God, said to me in a dream, Jacob. And I said, here I am. That's Haneni. Here I am. My Hebrew pronunciation is awful, but here comes a sneeze. Excuse me. And he said, lift up your eyes and see. All the goats that mate and the flock are striped, spotted, and molted. For I have seen all that Laban is doing to you. So, I've not missed your suffering. I've been with you the whole time. And I'm going to carry you out from this Laban catastrophe smelling like a rose. Even though the means in which I'm going to do it are a little sheepy. You see what I did there? I am the God of Bethel, where you anointed a pillar and made a vow to me. Now stand up, go out from this land, and return to the land of your kindred. Rachel and Leah answered and said to him, is there any portion or inheritance left to us in our father's house? They sing a little Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately, Laban? They're not missing the fact that Laban has treated them like currency. 7 years for Leah, 7 years for Rachel. They don't miss it. And that they also don't miss all that Jacob has done to procure them. My Jacob takes the morning train. He works from 9 till 5 again. A little 80s music for you there. But Jacob's working his tail off. They see it. Laban's selling them like they're property or slaves. So they're Team Jacob too. God's Team Jacob. The wives are Team Jacob. Everybody's Team Jacob. And Jacob is Team Jacob too. Being a trickster. I just can't get enough of Jacob. Are we not regarded to him or by him as foreigners, as not even part of the family? He has sold us, and he has, this expression is, he has eaten away all our money. So Laban is like bringing us down, and the money that we have is from Jacob. And Laban has sold us. He's treated us like cattle. So all the wealth that God has taken away from our father belongs to us and to our children. Now then, whatever God has said to you, asa, do. So the wives are on board, which is always important on a move. So the wives are on board. What a strange expression. The wives. The wives are on board. Jacob's on board. God has told him, I'll be with you. Get out of here. Go home. So Jacob arose and set his sons and his wives on Ha-Gamal. Lim. That is camels. He drove away all his livestock, all his property that he had gained, the livestock in his possession that he had acquired in Padam Aram, to go to the land of Canaan to his father Isaac. He is going back home. Laban had gone, verse 19, to tend to the sheep, to shear the sheep. Rachel stole his father's gods. So, odd thing. Okay, so Laban is a polytheist. God is a God amongst many. He's a universalist. All the ways lead to the same. So whether it's Yahweh that's blessing Laban or Laban's God that's blessing Laban, it doesn't matter. These are probably small figurines, action figure gods. Just statues of God to help with personal devotion to the God that they represent. And Rachel steals them. Were they valuable? They must have been. They must have been made of a precious metal. So Rachel steals them. We're going to stop here because this is where I want to stop. It's a great place to stop because now we have Jacob going home. We have Laban left behind. That's the Revelation Bible study. We have Laban left behind, Jacob going home. We have Rachel and Leah on their way home with Jacob and all their kids and all their livestock and all their animals. They're going back home to Isaac. They're going back to Canaan. We have Rachel stealing the false gods of Laban. They're meaningless because there's only one God. It's Yahweh. So I don't think she was using these to worship. I think she just stole them because they're valuable. And she doesn't seem to be very, very excited about her dad at this point. She steals the teraphim. That's the household gods. The text note says that she either stole them out of anger to get Laban back or for protection, like Roman Catholics and saints. All right, either way. So we've got them headed back. And what a great place to stop. I'm so glad to be back with you. So glad. We'll be back tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel for another day of Bible study. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. And it's good to be in your midst again. Do check out higherthings.org, that virtual conference. Go ahead and enjoy that. And I will see you tomorrow for Laban in hot pursuit of Jacob and his gods, and Rachel hiding her gods from the gods from her dad, and a covenant cut in order to make peace. All the while, God is with Jacob, because Jacob is from whom the line will come. Judah is with them, because Judah is the child from whom the promise will come. And God's gonna bring them out back to the promised land. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.